Hello, all. Seeking to commune with the old ones but are unable to find a cabal? Fear not, Broken One. We have a Discord. If you desire the latest Brokenverse news, looking for a group to play tabletop games with, or even just want to hang out with a cool group of eldritch monsters, we have what you need. Find our Discord link at linktree/the Broken Lords. That's linktr.ee/the Broken Lords. Now we return to our descent into the unknown.
All right, so you folks have decided on a course of action. You're going to go collect medical supplies and try and see if you can synthesize a counteragent or cure or some such nonsense to the fungal infection. But that will require you to go to less safe environs.
All right, so I guess we're going to do the first thing is we're going to go to the more screwed up situation, then head back to weathering.
Well, the weather station would be the closest and safest stop, so it's up to you on what order you want to hit them in.
We also have to be mindful of the fact that our air tanks are getting kind of low.
I thought we had several hours.
You can refill your oxygen tanks here.
Oh, awesome. Let's do that.
Pit stop.
But first, we should definitely comms.
Yeah, you can hail the other two on the comms and have them land. Ideally, if you're going to be out for question marks, they should refill their oxygen supply as well.
Yeah, as well as, not ditch us because they thought we died.
All right, so the captain receives your message and makes preparations to land.
Cool.
And he and Tass will be meeting up with you as soon as you let them in the main building.
All right. I guess we're doing that.
All right. The captain and Tass look very wary, even with your message, but when the door opens and they see other survivors and they're people they actually recognize, there is a reunion.
Yay.
The two doctors are concerned about Eric's health, so while you folks are, checking the seals on your suits and refilling your oxygen tanks and stuff, they want to examine him real fast.
Oh, good point. He was dramatically malnourished when we found him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is a medical doctor, but they're both semi-competent in that sort of thing. All right. Some time passes. Everybody's vac suits are good and unbreached for the time being. And
Oh, yeah.
oxygen tanks are topped off. And when you are ready, you may fly to the weather station.
All right, let's do that without the weird innuendos that involve penetrating vac suits.
Yeah, no, there's no concern for that. I do have more opportunities to breach your vac suits, so...
I thought Captain Eric was our ride.
Yeah, they were examining him while you were checking your suits and re-upping on your oxygen. They weren't, admitting him into an imaginary med bay that doesn't exist up here.
Okay.
So
he's good to drive?
He's good to drive. They definitely got some more fluids into him and fed him a little bit more, but they probably gave him a little bit of caffeine too, but he's going to be okay as long as he doesn't get eaten by fungus. Tass requests to stay up here.
I'm gonna say she might be more comfortable here because she'd be with people and out of harm's way.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I'm for it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So the three of us and the cat, he must know where the weather station is too, right?
Oh yeah, he can get you there.
I mean, mostly it's just putting in the coordinates into the autopilot and then landing.
The ship can basically fly itself, but as you may have noticed here at the observatory with the top of the roof having been skimmed and the other air raft being crashed nearby, it isn't that easy.
Well, like I said, the landing part he does.
All right, so you guys climb into the air raft and away you go.
All right.
About 15 minutes later, you arrive at the weather station. All is quiet and seems exactly as you left it.
All right. Get in, get out, grab your things.
Should we be SWAT-like about it just in case something oogie boogie is inside the shack this time.
Caution is always a good thing to exhibit.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yep.
All right, swatting in, I guess.
You stack up on the door, open it a little bit, peek in. Everything is exactly the way you left it. There's no signs of fungus monstrosities or anything of that nature here.
Cool.
Now to grocery shop for Dr. Mill.
There's no fungus tendrils getting completely free attacks on Zoob or anything, so.
Good. Because Zoob isn't here. The corporal is, and he's far more equipped for combat than I am.
Damn, he didn't rise to my bait. Oh well.
Snidely's vac suit, however, has been breached.
I mean, I thought that was
Only Snidely's. Vox is fine. Snidely, though.
Yeah, Vox is totally okay. I would like to have science or engineering roles happen,
All right.
whichever you are more skilled at. And if you're Vox, find a swivel chair, sit and spin.
Oh, so mechanic is no use?
No, mechanic's not super applicable right now.
All right. Or science one. Yeah, that's a
You could try science. I forget that you have science.
Education or intellect for this?
This, because you are improvising, is going to be intellect. What specializations on science do you guys have?
Oh, I just have science. I don't have any specialization.
Well, if it's at 1, then you have a specialization. Otherwise, it would be at 0.
It's just trained.
Okay, so it's at 0. Okay.
I'm a chemist.
All right. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, chemist is definitely the specialization you're going to use for this. So, and Snidely will be rolling at trained for Mr. Vox. And Lyd, you have engineering, right?
I do. I have specialties for power and life support.
Okay, just roll it with your 0 then. All right. The corporal is able to find a bunch of basic chemistry equipment or analogs, mostly used for water sampling and such like.
Groovy.
Klein is able to scrape together some components, will work along the lines of like mixing chemicals and things of that nature. But that looks to be about all you can find here. You're going to have to get the rest down at the station.
Okay.
It's a start.
So, are these fragile? Because if so, we should probably bring these back to...
There's like shipping crates and things you can pack them into. So you can get them stowed safely on the air raft.
Okay. So, we should probably do a supply run, drop them off, and then go back to the main event.
If you want to drop off the supplies to make the next leg of your trip, that's just going to add a little bit of time, which is not really a concern at this point. You drop the supplies off just fine. Where is it that you would like to land the air raft in Candling Station?
Yeah, we need to prioritize the safety of the air raft and the captain, because without that, there is no game.
If he's near the rift haulers, then they can help give him oversight or overwatch.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the best.
How so? I mean, I guess they could use their sensors to keep an eye on the situation, but
That's exactly what I mean.
okay.
So, like, if they are like, okay, there's 2 bogeys coming from this direction, keep an eye out, or, move over here. Or, like, I realize it's not a situation where they can just pop a gun out the side of the hauler and, like, give him cover fire necessarily.
Yeah, no, that won't be possible.
But they can help him by telling him, don't be here.
Yes, that is true. So you tell Eric to take the air raft close to where the 2 rift haulers are on the sort of runway, and he punches the coordinates in. You guys leave the observatory for the second time. As you come within range, you are hailed by the 4A4. Captain Crust is on the horn.
Hello.
Hail, Captain.
It's good to hear from you guys. We were starting to get worried. What's the story?
We found the remaining survivors, and we've determined that a cure can be made for this fungus using a material on the planet. So we're going to grab the equipment so we can ensure that we don't have to worry about this thing getting off planet with us.
Oh, that's fantastic news. We've been getting a little stir crazy in here. Well, good luck out there. There hasn't been any movement on our sensors recently.
Well, that's good.
Good. Keep your sensors active. We need that information.
Will do.
Captain Crest, are you acquainted with Captain Valen here?
I can't say as I am, but seems to be a steady hand at the wheel.
We'll be sure to introduce you once this is over.
Yes, let's all get a beer after this, but now mission time. And he starts moving towards where we need to be.
All right, so Eric is going to drop you folks off and then take the raft up a little bit and have it hold position.
Yeah.
Go up. How nice. Imagine if we
Yeah.
could go up.
Anti-grav. It's pretty wild. You hit the dirt and yeah, boots are on the ground. Likely places that you might be able to find what you need would be the reactor hut and the ops support hut.
All right.
The reactor hut you were not able to get into before, but you have that key card now. You should be able to get in.
All right. Where should we go first? We got the key now, so.
Well, we should hit the closest one first, right?
They're very similar distance.
The reactor hut is fresh, though.
And
Yes.
it's probably got nothing in it because, I mean, it's locked.
You would think so. All right, hut it is.
Shall we stack up? And I don't know why. My inclination is to go up and around the equipment shed and make our way across the northern edge.
I was just going to go, like, behind the two tanks and then just yeet
Mhm.
at this small part.
Yeah.
And then, because the door's, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Would the corporal like to give me a recon check?
With int or
The default,
so int?
which is intellect, I believe, yes. Yeah.
Yep. 7.
All right. Everything seems still and quiet. You may have your opportunity to get in and out, no problems.
All right. Remember the hand signs. Need a refresh.
Please.
All right. Fist up. Stop. Spin the finger. Back on me.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Stack up.
Okay.
Las pistol is in hand.
Yes.
Laser pistol ready.
All right. So you come up to the door of this small rectangular building. You can hear the reactor humming away through its walls. And there is a key card pad right next to the door.
All right. I'm going to swipe it.
Lights turn green, door unlocks.
All right. I kind of SWAT turn my way in, and I expect Klein to be behind me, being the point person, I guess.
Okay. It's kind of cramped as you first enter into the building. There are stowage areas, tools and spare parts and components, very well, neatly stocked, orderly, probably kept under rigorous inventory. And the majority of the building is where the reactor itself is, and you will probably not need to go into the reactor chamber.
All right. Anything useful to us?
There is a small data pad here. Might make your search a little faster.
It's got buttons.
Yeah, I'll go take a look at that.
All right, there is a rigorous inventory kept on all the parts and components here, and where you can find them.
All right. I'll direct the corporal and Klein to those locations.
Stay frosty.
You are able to grab some more of the parts you need. There are a lot of the things here are geared towards power regulation and things of that nature, but there's definitely some stuff that can be repurposed.
All right. So I guess we grab what we need.
Yep.
And the corporal kind of gruffly from behind goes, go, go, go.
Alrighty.
Are we going back to the air raft?
Yes, because we don't want to have to try and run with our arms full if we need to run at the end.
I do a quick peek out first before I charge into the open.
Would you like to give me a recon test then?
Yeah. Intellect the default stat for that?
Yes. I don't know if you're trained on this or not. There is a penalty if you aren't.
I mean, with rolls like that, who needs penalties?
Ouch.
Ooh.
All right. Everything is free and clear as far as you can tell.
Yeah, I'm going to call, not to metagame, but I mean, corporal only really trusts his own eyes sometimes. So I'm going to also roll if that's okay.
You said to stay frosty, so everybody should be on it. Right, Fox? Everybody should be keeping their eyes open.
I mean, yeah. Would that just be raw intelligence then?
Holy mackerel.
All right. Yeah. You agree with Klein's assessment. Everything looks pretty okay.
All right.
The river and back to the ship. Please, God, do not trip.
Oh, look at that. Surprisingly good roll considering.
Would have been a
Yeah.
10 if it wasn't for that -3.
Yeah.
Oh, Fox. You belong in accounting, not in the field.
You guys get across the river and Eric touches down. He even comes over so you don't have to go all the way back to the landing field. You throw the stuff in the raft, he goes back up. You have most of what you need at this point, but there are still some parts remaining.
Okay, so what are we missing?
You need more equipment that can handle the mixing. Like, you found a lot of the sensors you need. You found a lot of power equipment to get the systems up and running and things like that. Not to mention there's a bunch of that stuff still up at the observatory, but you literally need the basic chemistry set stuff at this point.
Okay.
If only we could appropriate kitchen equipment.
A little more sophisticated than that.
Yeah.
Well, in a pinch, that would work, and Klein recalls from her first run through the ops hut that there is some food is a strong word. There's some food processing equipment in there that makes some naval standard rations called glop, which is just disgusting, but it will keep you alive.
Good old space gruel.
Yum.
The crazy thing about the equipment that is used to make this glop material is that it can convert just about any organic matter into it.
Oh, it's like a food replicator, except terrible.
I imagine something like an industrial mixer, like it goes up to like your shoulder. It's just like the big brother of like your baking mixer thing. Only it's closer to like a meat grinder. Why am I picturing this to be like a big thing?
It is way more sophisticated than that. It's not, you're not just throwing like moss and shit in a blender and eating what comes out the other end.
I mean,
I hope not.
That's probably what it feels like, but okay. So which door?
And we can try there. That's number 5, right?
Yes, on the
Yeah,
map
it's
it's
this
number
one.
5. Yep.
I remember the building immediately by the map east of this building is exploded,
It's burned out.
right? Yeah.
Incidentally, the building you're heading to right now is where the surprise vac suit breaching zombie came from. Good times. Great oldies.
Let's go.
All right. You make your way back across the narrow stream again and head over to the ops hut. You come upon the scene of one of your past battles just outside the ops hut, and everything is still and everything is quiet. Perhaps behind this door lies the last of the equipment that you need to finally get out of this godforsaken place.
Special thanks to our logo designer Sierra Twazin, to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, and Mongoose Publishing. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at LordsBroken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our Linktree at linktr.ee/thebrokenlords. Thank you.
Podcast recommendations, you ask? Brian Wayne here, co-curator of The Apocalypse. And I know that sounds gnarly. That's because it is gnarly, man. The Apocalypse. What is The Apocalypse? The Apocalypse is a culmination of the gnarliest podcast, independent podcast the internet has to offer. So instead of trying to go to Twitter the next time you need a new podcast to listen to and try to get Twitter famous, podcast recommendations, please. Just think The Apocalypse, man. And it's ironic because The Apocalypse is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. Just go to podchaser.com. It's in the top lists in the whole world. So whether you're looking for true crime, sports, role-playing, I don't know, anything. Think of a podcast. It's on The Apocalypse. It's like the apocalypse with a D. And do not forget to follow The Apocalypse on Twitter as well. Once again, that is The Apocalypse. If you're looking for a podcast recommendation, The Apocalypse is sure to have something for you.